Yo, what is up, you guys? Big for another video. In today's video, we are back with the man Wincy Entertainment, the legendary Wincy himself. Now, I do have an entire playlist of just reacting to horror shorts, animated horror stories. So all of them are not Wincy, but a lot of them, especially when I first started doing this, it was most definitely. He has merch. Let me know if I should cop some Wincy merch. I'll do it. I'll fuck with bro like heavy. I ain't gonna lie. He's just a chill guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at him. Okay, so we're gonna be reacting to 4 true horror stories animated, and I didn't know people submitted stories to like the animators and then they animate their story. Now some of them could be true, some of them could be capped, and I'm here to decipher that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's all I need to say. Hit the like button, subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's jump into it, man. Whew, 2 reactions back to back. Here we go.
My name is Ali, and I live in Sudan. I've been wanting to share this story for a long time.
Okay.
I'm the second oldest of my siblings after my sister, who is 18. I'm 17 years old. My story happened when I was 11 years old. We were a normal family. My mom was pregnant at that time. After 9 months of pregnancy, my mom gave birth to my new sister, and I rushed to the hospital to see her.
Well, they're black.
She was really cute. Unfortunately, my dad couldn't see her in person, but I did a video call. He was working in another country. My dad cried with joy when he saw her. After my mom got treatment, the neighbors were waiting for her to congratulate her, and my mom's brother, my uncle, was staying with us. During the celebration party, this old lady suddenly approached my mom and congratulated her. My mom was surprised at first, but said thank you without really thinking very much. Later, all the family members ate dinner at night and went to bed after about 10 p.m., but I woke up suddenly at 3 a.m. because I wanted to use the bathroom. As I was walking to the bathroom, I saw a silhouette of someone in my mom's room. I didn't think much of it because, well, I thought maybe my uncle was checking on us.
Can you not tell who your uncle is? You should be able to tell if there's a figure just standing over your mother. He is 11. So you really can't get on him too crazy, but I'm gonna get on him too crazy, nigga. Go knock his head off, nigga. What? This ain't your uncle, because if this was your uncle, you would know if this is your uncle. Come on now.
Then, as I was leaving the bathroom, I saw something shocking.
What do you see?
My uncle was throwing someone on the floor, punching them. He was yelling at me to go to my room and not come out. A few minutes later, I hear police sirens, and I could hear them and my uncle talking, but I couldn't hear them very clearly. After the police left, my uncle told us to go back to sleep. The next morning, I asked my uncle what had happened yesterday. He said something shocking. He said that when he went to the kitchen to get some water, he saw a man kidnapping my newborn baby sister.
No way!
My uncle got angry and quickly ran to the man, hitting him, grabbing my sister. The man ran to my uncle and they fought. That's when I came out of the bathroom and saw everything.
I mean, they kind of do look the same.
A few hours later, the police knocked on my door. My uncle opened the door, looked confused when he saw the policeman. When the officer said something, my uncle froze. The officer told him that the man who had broken into our house had actually been paid to kidnap my sister. My uncle was shocked.
What?
Asked who had paid them. Then the officer told him it was that old lady who had come to congratulate my mother yesterday. Moreover, it was revealed that she had kidnapped and sold 4 other newborns to anonymous people.
That shit's so just... Especially if we're going off of this being real. Are you serious, bro? And just because she old, she thinks she can get away with it. Bitch, you can catch these hands too. Let me have a kid, my nigga, and I see some... Bro... Oh my gosh, because like, bro, just put 2 and 2 together, bro. She selling them babies. It's like, are you fucking serious? What makes people this evil? And I don't want to hear parent trauma. Nah, this shit is deep rooted. That shit embedded into niggas' DNA, low key. Cause there's just no way one becomes like this, just out of thin air. I don't believe that. Yeah, maybe it is trauma or all that bullshit, but man. This is so foul. It said how many babies though?
Moreover, it was revealed that she had kidnapped and sold 4 other newborns to anonymous people before my sister was born.
Like, what you think she...
The old lady was fortunately arrested, and she and the man were sentenced to life in prison.
There you go.
What would have happened if my uncle hadn't come out to drink water that night? I thank God every day for protecting my newborn sister.
I love that.
I'm now 17, and my sister is 6 now. We never told my father about what had happened that night.
Why not? Why not? I would think I would want to know that. I mean, luckily, I don't know. They should have told, bro. That's a crazy story. I actually believe that one. True
One
bus
night,
story?
my mother was coming home from school on the bus.
So that first story, if I had to rate it, that's an 8 out of 10. See, Wincy, I knew he was going to come through. Come through. Come through. You know, Wincy, he going to do it.
The bus wasn't full, but it had plenty of people already on it. One woman in particular got my mother's attention right away because she started staring at my mother's belly.
Yeah, she's a goddamn
My
goblin.
mother was pregnant at the time, but this woman would not look away, and she began getting closer and closer until it became extremely obvious that this woman was up to something.
Drooling, staring at a baby belly? I think you have all right to put this person on their ass. That's self-defense. Why wouldn't it be? I feel like I'm in danger. I feel like I have to defend myself. I ain't say like kill the person. Beat the fuck out of them. Make them so they can't do nothing no more. I think this would be self-defense.
Sensing something was off, the girl sitting next to my mother also felt uneasy and asked if she wanted to switch seats. As time went by, the woman continued to stare at my mother's belly. That triggered my mom to remember a superstition. If someone has no philtrum, there is a high chance that they are not human. A philtrum is a vertical indentation in the middle area of the upper lip. In our country, there is a creature called a whack-whack. It is said to be a human during the day, but a monster at night, capable of transforming into a bird.
What?
These creatures often appear during festivals and offer people food, but legend says you should never eat what they offer you.
Is this in
My
India?
mom heard this story from her grandmother when she was very young, and it was widely believed in the area where they lived. Until my mother got off the bus,
Well,
the woman
low-key believe that.
continued staring at her, and after finally getting off, the woman followed her.
Nobody
My
was there
mom
to protect
deliberately
her?
went the other way, but the woman followed close behind. My mother walked as fast as she could toward a crowded area and then quickly darted out to try to find a ride. Luckily, a taxi was there and a man provided her a ride to get out of the area. She finally got home and ran inside. My grandfather was waiting for her, and as soon as he saw her, he quickly wrapped his arms around her
Damn, she
and
followed
picked
her.
her
She
up.
got in the ride too?
When my mom asked why, my grandfather said he had seen a big bird and knew that the creature was in the area. Nothing dangerous happened in the end, but after that, my mom often heard knocking on the window at random parts throughout the day. One day, my mom's friend, who lived in the neighborhood, came for a visit. She said she had seen a woman outside her window, someone who looked strange and lacked a philtrum. My mom realized that the woman she saw was exactly the same as the one that her friend had encountered.
You need a fucking gun, bro. I don't know. And I'm sorry, bro. Why don't people believe in guns? Oh, just shoot them. I don't know if I might get demonetized for saying that, but bro, are you serious? Get a fucking gun. And then just absolutely just get the spraying. Just get the, dump that, bro, because it's like, let's say something happened. You don't know how to fight. You don't know how to defend yourself. You have a weapon, but you try to hit them when you don't have enough power and force. Only thing, if you don't want to have those, if you don't want to have guns, mace. Mace a nigga, bro. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't be with guns. Y'all need them shits, especially if you can't defend yourself physically. What? That's
I was
crazy. That
13
story was
years
crazy.
old when this scary incident happened, and I lived on the 7th floor of an apartment building. I was coming
Damn.
home from school with my older brother, who was a year older than me. And when we got to the building, we tried to take the elevator, but it didn't work. So my brother told me to take the stairs. So I agreed, and he went up to the 7th floor faster than me. When I got to the 4th floor, I heard the sound of someone walking in high heels below me. I thought it was my neighbor who lived on the 4th floor, and I wanted to say hello, so I waited for her to come. but all I could hear was the sound of high heels getting closer. So I just went back upstairs. That night, I went to sleep because I had to go to school the next day. Then, I woke up in the middle of the night, sweating all over my body.
Profusely.
I wondered why, but I thought it was just because it was hot, so I opened the window. I fell asleep again, but woke up again in the middle of the night. My whole body was drenched in sweat again. I was confused. I thought it was nothing. Tried to go back to sleep, but I couldn't move. I was scared. I didn't want to open my eyes, but I saw something standing in the corner of the room.
That's a Left 4 Dead
Suddenly,
witch.
the shadow started jumping at me. I screamed and tried to move, and I realized that I was literally in sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah,
I'd seen on
you know what's
YouTube-
so crazy, y'all? Me and my homies was just talking about sleep paralysis, bro. Oh my gosh. We was just literally talking about this shit like a couple of days ago, and I was basically telling them there's no way sleep paralysis is real. Like but I googled it and apparently it is a real thing. I just don't know how that's possible, bro. And I read the captions like when your brain is asleep, or your brain is woke, but you're physically asleep or something, you can't move, and then somehow demons get on you and start humping you and fucking you or something like that. I don't know personally because I've never had this. I never will. I promise you. I'm very protected. I pray all the time. It's not gonna happen, bro. I'm protected.
YouTube that moving your feet can
See,
help
look,
you
this-
get out
this-
of sleep
this-
paralysis. So I tried moving my feet,
This-
and luckily,
This
it
ghost is literally
worked.
thrusting her
I
shit.
was so scared that I ran to my parents' room and woke my mom up. I cried, told her what had happened, and she started praying for me. And when I woke up the next day,
See?
I heard shocking news. My neighbor on the 4th floor had died for unknown reasons.
Absolutely what happened. Cameras. Y'all got cameras in the building? Every apartment has cameras. Wow.
She was wearing red high heels and a red dress. It was like she was going to a party. And her cat was found dead in the bathroom.
Why would you kill the cat too?
I was shocked. That night, I woke up again in the middle of the night and couldn't move. And I saw something shocking right before my eyes. It was a woman in a red dress with a cat. I realized she was my neighbor on the 4th floor who had died the day before, but her face was very pale and her cat was covered in blood. I closed my eyes and I started praying. When I woke up the next morning, luckily, there was nothing in my room. I didn't tell my parents. I thought I was just hallucinating. But I really have so many questions. Why did this happen to me?
Yeah.
And why did she come to my room?
I got a theory. She slept. She went to sleep that night, and she walked, went down there, murdered her and her cat, and then she went back to bed without knowing. But then the sleep paralysis was her consciousness trying to get her. I cracked the code. I told you I'm a detective. I used to work for the FBI. It's a fun fact. I quit though because I wanted to become a YouTuber. So, but definitely that's what happened. There's no other explanation. You know what I'm saying? Joe Goldberg type shit. That story, I don't know about that one. Abandoned
Hey, I'm
house.
a really big fan of your channel, and I wanted to share a story my dad told me when I was younger. When
Oh,
my
that's
dad
what
was
someone
around
wrote. Wait, I wanted to
channel-
see the name of the True Abandoned House Horror Story. Here we go.
Hey, I'm a really big fan of your channel, and I wanted to share a story my dad told me when I was younger. When my dad was around 16 years old, he was working on a ranch in Idaho. His job was to wrangle the horses that always ran off deep into the mountains.
Damn.
He would always use his own horse, Angel, to go and catch them. My dad said Angel was a funny horse because she always acted like a dog, very playful and full of energy. Every so often, when the horses ran off even deeper than normal, my dad would pass by an old, abandoned shack that looked like it had been falling apart for years. Every time he passed it, the hair on the back of his neck would stand up, and he'd get an eerie feeling. But it wasn't just him. Angel, his normally playful horse, would start bucking and snorting.
Bro, do y'all be, and it just reminded me because do y'all be having like feelings like that, bro? I want to speak about some shit that's happened to me, but I think I might get got if I talk about that shit. But I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro, and I'm not joking or laughing. I'm gonna be real. But I be thinking I have a superpower. Y'all think I'm so serious? Like, I don't know. Y'all okay, so I'm gonna just try to explain it real quick without really explaining it. Have y'all ever played Life is Strange True Colors? I actually played it on the channel. I can't read people's mind, but dude, I don't even want to speak about that shit. But yes, I be having feelings where like it could be just a gut thing, but it just is too specific to where like one of these days I'm gonna talk about it, but I think I deadass have a power. I don't even like speaking about that shit, but
At the sight of the house,
that
really
that
freaked
is
my
real.
dad out.
I believe in that.
One day, while he was in town, he ran into another ranch worker who had been there for a few years.
Ask him about
They
it.
started chatting
ask
over
him.
lunch, and since the guy knew the area so well, my dad asked, "What's the deal with that creepy rundown house?" As soon as he said that, the man's friendly smile changed into something else.
The fuck
A
is
strange, unsettling grin.
Oh,
You really want to know, kid?
he got the keys
The
to
man
that.
asked.
I got the keys.
My dad said yes, and so the man told him this story. Back in the mid-1900s, a
Damn.
man named Frederick Beale lived in that house.
He a slave
Everyone
owner.
just called him Beale. He didn't want to live near civilization, so he built the house in the mountains with his own 2 hands and lived there for many years. Each summer, Beale would come down into town, where the locals always expected him. He'd stock up on supplies before heading back into the mountains. He wasn't a mean old man. Actually, he was quite friendly,
Okay.
so the townspeople always looked forward to his visits. During the summer, he lived off the food he bought in town. In the winter, when heavy snow made the trip impossible, he hunted animals to survive. But then one year, the townspeople noticed something strange. Beale never came down for his usual summer visit. Days passed, and then weeks, and finally months, and people started to worry. After a while, the sheriff and a few deputies rode out on horseback to go and check on him. As they neared the house, they immediately knew something was wrong.
Ordered
The
up.
forest was too quiet, unnaturally quiet. When they arrived, they saw that everything was boarded up, and a foul stench hung in the air.
We know what that is.
After forcing the door open, they stepped into the living room, and what they found made their stomachs drop to the floor. Beale's rotting corpse lay on the ground, a single bullet hole in his head. A
What?
gun
Somebody was
still
after him,
held
bro.
in his hand. It was obvious he had taken his own life, but why?
Are we
The
sure?
officers searched the house for clues and eventually found a crumpled up note in his coat pocket. The handwriting was messy and uneven, but they were able to read it after looking closer. The note read, "Help me, God! I've gone blind!" The town was shocked. The old man had lost his eyesight. With no way to make it back to town and no way to hunt, he must have realized there was no hope, or he didn't have any. Rather
you see
than
the
starving
gun,
to
though?
death, he made a choice. After hearing that story, my dad swore that every time he passed by that house, it felt like someone was watching him.
Hey, it probably was.
The most important
It
thing
probably was. That story,
is what I'm able to do to
I kind of believe that one.
myself.
I believe that one.
Need a lot of
Damn, this is a good one. This is a good one, man. So tell me how y'all felt. That last story was good. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of liked it, that one. But the thing is with that one, it's just like,
what they want. When you separate yourself from it,
I don't know. Someone probably got, bro. Somebody probably, hey, y'all don't rule out that possibility of somebody hunting you. I wouldn't rule it out. So hey, it probably was just himself, and if that even happened, but hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Hit the like button. I got more of. I'm gonna go back to Wincy. These were good, but hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And